In this demonstration, you are logged on locally with a user account that has administrative privileges. In Exercise 1, you create a compressed or zipped folder. Windows XP Professional starts Windows Explorer. In the left pane of the window, select Local Disk C. On the File menu, point to New, and then click Compressed, Zipped Folder. Windows XP Professional displays a new folder named New Compressed Folder in the Details pane. The zipper on the folder indicates it is a compressed or zipped folder. The default name of the folder is highlighted, and you are ready to name the folder. Type zip1 to rename the folder. You have just created and named a compressed folder and are ready to drag and drop files into it. This completes Exercise 1. In Exercise 2 of this demonstration, you use NTFS compression to compress files and folders. You then display the compressed files and folders in color. You uncompress a file and test the effects that copying and moving files have on compression. To view the capacity and free space for Drive C, you use Windows Explorer. Right-click Drive C and then click Properties. The Local Disk C Properties dialog box is displayed and the General tab is active, which shows you the capacity of Drive C and free space for Drive C. Click Cancel to close the Local Disk C Properties dialog box and return to Windows Explorer. In the next part of this exercise, you use Windows Explorer to create a folder in the root folder of Drive C and name it Compressed. To create a folder in Drive C, click Local Disk C and, on the File menu, point to New and click Folder. Windows XP Professional creates a folder named New Folder in the root folder of the C drive. Right-click New Folder and then click Rename. Type Compressed and then press Enter. You have just named the new folder you created Compressed. In the left pane, click Compressed to select it. You are now going to create a folder in the folder you named Compressed and name the new folder Compressed 2. First, make sure that Compressed is still selected. On the File menu, point to New and click Folder. A folder named New Folder is created in the Compressed folder. Right-click New Folder and then click Rename. Type Compressed 2 and then press Enter. You have just created a folder named Compressed 2 in the Compressed folder. To compress the compressed folder and its contents, right-click the compressed folder and then click Properties. In the General tab, click Advanced. The Advanced Attributes dialog box appears. To compress the folder and its contents, select the Compress Contents to Save Disk Space checkbox. You cannot both compress and encrypt a folder. Select the Encrypt Contents to Secure Data checkbox. Notice that Windows XP Professional clears the Compress Contents to Save Disk Space checkbox. Select the Compress Contents to Save Disk Space checkbox. Click OK to return to the Properties dialog box. Click Apply to apply your settings. Windows XP Professional displays the Confirm Attribute Changes dialog box, prompting you to specify whether to compress only this folder or this folder and all subfolders. You want to compress the folder and its contents, so select the Apply Changes to this folder, subfolders, and files checkbox and then click OK. Click OK to close the Properties dialog box. You will now uncompress a folder. To uncompress the Compressed 2 folder, in Windows Explorer, expand the Compressed folder. In the Compressed folder, right-click Compressed 2, and then click Properties. The Compressed 2 Properties dialog box is displayed, and the General tab is active. In the General tab, click Advanced. The Advanced Attributes dialog box is displayed. Clear the Compress Contents to Save Disk Space checkbox. Click OK to apply your settings and return to the Properties dialog box. Click OK to close the Properties dialog box. Because the Compressed 2 folder is empty, Windows XP Professional does not display the Confirm Attribute Changes dialog box asking you to specify whether to uncompress only this folder or this folder and all subfolders. The Compressed 2 folder is no longer compressed, so the name Compressed 2 is displayed in black text. This completes Exercise 2. In Exercise 3, you see the effect that copying and moving files has on compressed files. In Windows Explorer, select Compressed. On the File menu, click New, and then click Text Document. Type Text1, and then press Enter to name the new text document Text1. You can tell that Text1 is compressed because of the color used to display the name of Text1. You are now going to copy a compressed file into a folder that is not compressed. Copy Text1 to the Compressed2 folder by holding down the Control key and dragging the file. Notice that Text1 is uncompressed. When you copy a file, you are creating a new file, and a new file inherits the compression attribute of the folder in which it is created. You are now going to move a compressed file into a folder that is not compressed. Move Text1 to the Compressed2 folder. The Confirm File Replace dialog box appears, asking whether you want to replace the file. Click Yes. Notice that Text1 is still compressed. When a file is moved to a new folder on the same partition, its compression attribute doesn't change. This concludes this demonstration.